Yo, I wanna really talk about these accusations that my man Diddy is getting. Is he still Diddy? What's his moniker right now? What's his alias?
Puff.
Puff.
Leaving puffs around bitches' eyes. Nah, that's fucked up. Shout out to Puff. I love you, Puff.
What you feel about these accusations? Are they valid? Are they what?
That's the crazy shit about all this shit. You want to say something crazy? Shout out to my mom. My mom's talk about Puffy like she know this nigga. She want this nigga to go to jail, bro.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna say defend him.
No, my mom's she's a woman. You know, she listening to the fucking tabloids and all that. My mom's be on the internet all night. That's what she do is stay on the phone all night, listening to the bullshit. I know everything about Christian Rock and because of my mom's. You know what I'm saying? So with this shit, she be like, Puff, you don't know Jason. He's a foul man. I said, you met this nigga? What are you talking about? Like you know this nigga.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I think Puff's main mistake was to settle so quickly with Cassie because it opened up the woodworks for all the accusations to come through. Ray, speak on that.
His mistake was to do what he did. If he didn't do anything he
allegedly
been accused of, he wouldn't have to settle or pay anybody.
I ain't gonna front. That's how you knew that shit was real. Cause I ain't gonna front. If I ain't doing this shit, bitch, we gotta fight. Let's fight then, because I ain't do it. Let's fight then.
Fifth is saying, shout out to Fifth.
That's fucked up.
Because Fifth is petty as fuck.
Fifth got to stop that shit. Yo,
Fifth
gonna get that nigga locked up, bro.
Yo, Fifth is saying that there was videos and texts circulate. He would receive texts and see images, like disturbing images of niggas.
Puff?
Of Cassie getting smashed, allegedly.
Hold on, Fifth said he was getting videos?
Fifth got texted a video, and even called Puff like, yo, you know this shit is, you know what I mean? Like, are you cool with that? And Puff like, yeah, what happened? Like that type of shit.
Oh, shit.
That's allegedly.
But, yeah, he got to
It's rough, because, we grew up on Puff. We grew up seeing Puff. So it's, to see that, and you know that, like, most of our, our successful black brothers nowadays are getting accused of being sexual predators. So I don't know if it's like is it a conspiracy? Is it niggas conspiring
Some
against?
of it is bullshit. But R. Kelly started all this shit though.
Yeah, that's a fact.
R. Kelly started it. But see, you gotta understand, one of the reasons why Puff is going down, and a lot of other people, of course, it's coming out now, is because if you know about, they changed the legislation.
That's right.
About you now have, well, it expired last month in November.
That's right.
But they took off the statute of limitation and they extended it, anything dealing with sexual assault or rape.
Wow.
You have until, no matter how long ago it was,
it's like murder?
Doesn't matter. And so opportunities develop. Just like you got chicks that go to Vegas or go to these big concerts looking for celebrities, they're come-up chicks. Right. There's a lot of come-up situations that happen, and that's what's going on now. So that law and the expiration date is what pushed or encouraged a lot of people to come out and say, you know what, did I have any kind of situation that may look like that?
Damn.
You know, and I'm gonna,
Yeah, because some of these allegations are more than 30 years old. There's a chick that came out from 1992.
That's crazy. If I dare one of you bitches pull up on me from motherfucking high school or some shit like that.
Yo, don't dare them. Don't dare them.
Bro, I'm gonna keep it,
I dare you.
I'm gonna keep it real though. I'm gonna keep it real.
I dare you.
When this started happening, I'm like, yo, I can't wait for that expiration. I'm like,
you look like a nigga I know.
Yo, you might have had some innocent situations.
Right.
You know, like that. Like I've done the Cancun thing. I was the host of that.
Yeah.
For like 9 years.
Right.
I'm around super bitches everywhere.
All day.
I mean, I was in a situation once. I'm in this club called Daddy-O's in Cancun. Kid Capri's on the set. I'm hosting. It's wild, crazy. Fubu sponsored the whole party. They had an open bar for 6 hours.
Oh, it's butt naked.
Fubu paid for everything. That's when they was super hot. And then 2 chicks sandwiched me on the dance floor and said, listen, shut the fuck up. This is going to be the best night of your life.
Oh, shit.
And you shut the fuck up.
And they were sisters.
Oh, shit.
Very nice.
So I had the little, menage a trois package.
With the sisters?
With the sisters.
They fall the
And I even tried to ask for like numbers and names. Like, no, you don't get no numbers, you get no names. That's it.
That's all.
This is your night. You good after this? No, we don't want to talk. None of that shit. But these are the kinds of things in the element of entertainment and concerts and all these big events that
These are the perks of celebrity. No.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Can we say that?
but
Can
in
we
those
say that, or that's dangerous to say?
No.
Perks of
I
celebrity.
mean, if a celebrity's in a situation like those events, like you see what happened with the what's that? Everybody's coming out now, and there's videos surfacing. What was that? What was the thing called? The
Freaknik.
Freaknik.
Oh, they had
videos and stuff are coming out.
Grandmothers in that shit.
Yes.
They caught my aunt out there.
Things are coming out now, and that was a long time ago.
That was crazy.
Right.
That was crazy. You know what's
But
that
now
to see
when it
videos
comes
of
to
your
sexual,
mother?
Was you there?
He was there.
Yeah, Freaknik.
Yeah, you like a Freaknik, nigga. Look. Nigga said, yeah, nigga, look. You see how he looked at me?
Yeah, he looked at you
That
like
was all that shit.
Nigga said, yeah, I was there, nigga.
Yeah, there was the other one they used to do in out here in New York on the beach.
Oh, Greek
Fest.
Come on,
I
man.
hosted that a couple of times. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't never been there. That was before my
anything
my time.
dealing with sexual assault or rape or anything
You were not involved with.
There's no statute of limitation. So that's the reason why a lot of this is coming out. So if you see an opportunity with a celebrity.
I'm sorry to cut your wisdom, and I want you to hold that thought. But to protect you, he was not involved in any sexual assaults.
No.
And it was all consensual, because I got shook for you right there. I got scared for you right there. They're gonna come for Ray in 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
And plus Ray Dejon is light skin with good hair. He get pussy on the right. He ain't gotta steal it, man. Come on,
he ain't gotta do none of that.
Come on, man.
He ain't gotta do none of that. But continue, my brother. Continue.
No. I'm saying, man. So the reason why I bring that up is that a lot of it is bullshit. Some of it is real, but a lot of it is bullshit. A lot of it is come up opportunities, you know.
I want some money.
And then once you saw Puffy, now they're saying Jamie Foxx, they're saying this person, that person.
I saw that.
All these names are coming up.
But this is the problem. How do you make the distinction of what's bullshit and what's real?
That ain't for you to decide.
It's not for us to decide.
Oh, no.
It'll be decided in the court of law.
But the problem now is that with the internet, you have the court of public opinion.
Of course.
And sometimes that shit makes the case a little blurry and foggy. You know what I'm saying?
God bless Puff, but that's the whole problem. That's the whole thing with life, bro.
You could be accused today and the case could be dismissed tomorrow. But that accusation is going to stay with you for the rest of your career. Period.
It's like that nigga on your block. It's like that nigga on your block that y'all been saying was gay for years, but he been saying he not. Nigga, you gay, nigga.
That's like saying my daughter's in school and my daughter's teacher was accused of, you know, molestation, but dismissed the following day. I'm taking my daughter out to class.
Right.
Period.
It's a fact.
It's just such a sensitive topic, man, that people don't want to, they don't really want to fuck with it. And it's like, okay, what if it is true? And then I'm advocating for it not to be or whatever. They don't want to be on that side of it. They don't want to be on that side of it.
I think we in the fucking epicenter of gender wars. At this point, there's such a division. Bro, the Me Too movement has brought out so many scandals and ended so many careers, bro. It's ridiculous.
Scary, man. I ain't gonna front to you, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. When shit like this is going on with women, I ain't gonna lie, because I'm such a respectful guy with women.
Yeah.
So I get it, like, you know what I mean? I think it's fucked up for a man to, you know, take something from a woman like that. So yeah, I don't think it should be, for instance, I got me and my wife talking, we was like, yo, how the fuck, who are you to say that was wrong or not, and how long it should be taken to say that he raped me 10 years ago or whatever? Who are you to say that's wrong? But I'm like, damn, that was a long time. Who remember that shit?
I agree.
I don't know what I did last week.
I agree with your wife's take. I agree with that. But like Ray said, Ray was in the mix of all that back in the day, right? Ray was in the mix of that back in the day. And I know when he sees all these accusations, a big sweat drop comes down his forehead.
How about that?
Well, you know, my take on it is that it could be anybody. It's not just the Puffies and the Jamie Foxxes of the world. It's regular people, man. Regular people are going down for it.
Damn.
And
can we because we living in a different era now, right? Where we interact with people and interact with the opposite sex in a different way. Women are more empowered and we're more respectful as men. This generation is more respectful as men.
You think?
I believe so. I believe so. I think we're more cautious, if not respectful, but the word cautious. So my thing is...
Well, it's definitely not demonstrated in the music, the hearing now music.
That's very true.
That.
Very true. Very true.
And the women are not making it better for themselves either.
Very true. Very true.
So example, i.e., you know, Sexy Red or whatever, all these...
Shorty pregnant too out there.
Sexy
Red. Yeah, it's just...
butt cheeks.
I mean, but they're doing...
Disgusting rap,
a disservice to the empowerment of women.
No, they're empowering some of these dudes that they ain't got no values. They're empowering them to treat them a certain way.
Right.
They are.
They ain't respecting themselves.
Good point.
They ain't respecting themselves. And they just say nasty shit just to say nasty shit. Bitch said, I'm drinking a bucket of cum. I said, what the fuck is that?
Bucket of cum is a lot of cum.
What is that, bro?
I'm doing a podcast right now.
He's doing a podcast right there.
Look, he's doing a podcast. Stop calling him, you heard?
I am after this.
And we ain't cutting this out.
Yeah, we ain't cutting it out. Because my man just straight picked up the phone.
He get his booty call for later. I'll get it later, though.
She will keep calling.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I got you.
Look, and we're going to cut this out to get you in trouble later.
Yeah, because we can't put that.
Shit.
Yeah,
Look, you talking
shit about me on the episode? Oh,
yeah.
Man, I just think, to get back to the topic, I do believe since the climate was much different in the 90s and the 80s and the 70s or whatever, I think maybe we should hold up to the standard of it was different back then. The same way, I'll give the example. I'll do the comparison.
Rape is rape, cuz.
No, rape is rape. I'm not defending. I'm not justifying rape. Rape is, there's nothing funny about it and there's no justification. There's no justification to rape. What I'm saying is, though, when white people, they get caught 20 years later, right? Or 40, 50 years later, like Jerry Jones, when they caught him in a picture, you know, back in the day with KKK. And he was like, oh, that was a different time. We were thinking differently then. Why is that justified? You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't justified on my book.
No, it's not justified to us, but that nigga still owns the team.
Yeah, but that's the only thing. He's white.
Our people gotta let go.
Jerry Jones.
But that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but you can't cancel the owner.
Right.
We did Donald Sterling. We canceled him. He had to sell. He had to sell.
Right, he could sell it.
They forced him to sell it. He didn't want to sell it.
But it ain't like the nigga sold a bag of chips or that.
Yeah, he sold $1 billion.
Like the nigga sold a car.
He had to sell. My thing is, if we're going to hold, it got to be the same.
It ain't going to be like that, though, bro. We know this.
Why not?
Because where you live at, man? This shit been going on, man.
Listen, I'm just saying it.
I would love it to be that way.
The same way is a different time now. We gotta hold up different standards now. That's all I'm saying.
No,
it gotta be the same all the way around. Listen, man. Right now they're accusing Jamie Foxx of sexual allegations. They're accusing P. Diddy daily. This motherfucker's getting accused daily. But nobody's talking about how Steven Tyler from Aerosmith got an open case on a sexual allegation right now, but the press don't pick that up.
He's Steven Tyler.
Well, let me.
That was a lot. That was a mouthful.
I just want to make a point and flip this. Okay, so now there's some valid things that are happening that are true, but there's also things that are not. That woman conjure up. They sit back, and it's a game. And I think that if they get caught in that, they should be
go to jail.
You know, they should be charged with that, man, because that's crazy, bro. Because they taking niggas down
for real
by the minute, bro.
Yeah.
So these come up chicks that are just doing that and fabricating and making these stories up, they need to be penalized, man. I don't hear nothing about that.
Word.
That's a fact.
I don't hear anything about that.
Yeah, when allegations are unfounded, there's no disciplinary action. There's nothing punitive towards the person that makes the false accusation.
Yeah, right. That's like what they call it, perjury.
Right.
Kind of.
Yeah,
you lie.
You lying on the witness stand. You can go to jail for that.
Put your hand on the Bible, you lie.
Honestly think, man, that if it gets turned around and found out that it was all fabricated, they need to go to jail, man. They really need to go to jail.
Be a set amount of years for it.
Didn't they do that to Jussie Smollett? They caught him fucking lying and they put him in jail.
Yeah,
that's Jussie Smollett.
They did him dirty, but he did himself dirty though.
Yeah, that was just dumb shit.
Yeah, but see, he was fucking with the LGBTQ.
Yeah,
fuck with that community. Don't use us.
Yeah,
don't weaponize our organization.
Right.
Don't weaponize that, and now you full of shit because they was backing them, and it's like what?
They was backing them.
Yeah, now you got to pay for
this. Pause. But you gotta pause that. But That was the most hilarious situation.
That was funny.
That was hilarious.
Jesse Smollett's a dickhead, man.
He lost his
That nigga
career
had
behind that dumb shit.
This nigga had 2 Acons. He's like, I'm like, what the fuck, yo? Come on, Jesse.
You freaky.
What's up, my nigga?
And he was ready, he was getting ready to blow.
Yeah, bro.
Because his character, he was already doing that. But I'm saying, his character took off on the show.
Right.
Bro.
And he
was light-skinned.
and he could sing.
And he was light-skinned. So you know the nigga going.
Yeah.
You know you're a light-skinned nigga, you're going. Come on now.
You say are you insinuating that Ray is only Ray because he's light
Because
skinned?
he light-skinned? It's a part of it.
It's a part of it. He Ray's successful because he's light skinned.
No.
Ray, am I lying, Ray?
No, he ain't lying.
Come on, Ray.
Y'all, welcome to another episode of MONSTERZ. I go by the name of PJ Bryan, and I'm here with my ace boom coom, Huge Jay. Huge Jay, say what up.
Man, what's the deal, Holy Phil? What's shaking, baby?
Yeah. And of course, you know how this works. We usually bring a monster guest to our MONSTERZ podcast, and this one is a real special one.
Who is he?
Today, our guest is probably the most decorated guest we've had thus far. Not only was he a VJ for Video Music Box, he has transitioned into an entrepreneur as a club owner for 275 in Park, and also he's a stand-up comedian himself, and I would dare to say he's a monster on that stage. Please give a warm welcome to my brother, our big brother of comedy, Ray Dejon.
Yeah,
man.
Shout out to Ray Dejon.
Man.
Let's be clear, I'm a light-skinned monster.
I like that. Talk to us. You were just getting into the whole being a VJ in Video Music Box, and I think that's such an iconic role that you had. I know I grew up watching it.
Facts.
And I know you saying like, yeah, I was light-skinned, but I was looking at it like that's like Latino representation on a hip-hop platform. So like, I know it meant a lot to us because me and you, Jay, was just talking about this shit yesterday. Like, yo, we got fucking Ray Dejon on the MONSTERZ.
Right.
And I just want to know what it meant to you to be on that.
Well, first and foremost, I have to acknowledge VJ Ralph McDaniels. He is the founder.
That's right.
Of Video Music Box, which this year makes 40 years old. It's 40 years old.
Clap that shit up.
I'm 38.
Yeah, it's 40 years old, and it was the greatest opportunity of my life and my career. And I come from humble beginnings. I come from something that's totally opposite from being in entertainment because I'm a certified substance abuse counselor. It's called a KSAT. That's a credential.
Right, yeah.
KSAT.
I work in the same field. God.
Yeah, I'm a KSAC. I've worked at, my first counseling job was at Under 21 Covenant House. That's a kids shelter that was on Times Square.
Yeah.
I've worked in drug programs, assistant director, outpatient, inpatient. I even worked on Rikers Island with violent inmates and substance abusers. I worked inside the housing areas with them. After being a resident there for like maybe 7 or 8 times. So going into Video Music Box, everybody said, yo, how do you go from counseling to entertaining and being on that TV show? I said, because when I was a counselor, counseling, you do sessions with people. You have to have a skill to pull out information. So when I became a host on Video Music Box, and I got some iconic interviews like Biggie and Tupac and Aaliyah and Left Eye and Big Pun, like all those interviews, I had to be able to get them to talk to me without putting them on the spot, making a conversation. And because of my human services experience, it made me that much better as an interviewer.
That's fire. That's fire.
I want to know this about, where you from, Ray Dejon? Where you grew up at?
I was born in Queens. I stayed there 1 year of my life, then moved to Brooklyn. So I'm basically raised in Brooklyn, New York. Initially Red Hook.
Shout out to the projects.
Yes, shout out to Red Hook Projects.
You know, I grew up in Red Hook too.
Did you?
It's a fact.
What street?
Henry Street.
Henry Street, okay.
When you said
I was
Brooklyn,
on Lorraine.
when you said Brooklyn, Huge Jay's heart smiled.
Come on, man.
Yeah, Brooklyn. I played ball in the Mickey O. I played ball in Visitation.
T Park.
Yes, sir.
Coffee Park.
Eddie Murray.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, drunk Eddie Murray was my coach. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fact.
I was a ball player. Yep.
Visitation and all that.
Yeah, yes, sir. That's the Catholic Church. Visitation.
Yeah, behind Coffee Park.
I played in the CYO League there, yep.
You probably know my moms and all of them, man.
Probably.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Let me find out now.
Y'all cool out. Cool out, Ray.
Hold on a second.
Cool out, Ray.
Niggas got wild.
Yo, Ray, cool out, Ray.
Y'all got
Yo, Ray.
wild serious.
Look, yo,
Y'all
Ray.
got in a time machine.
Ray, cool out, Ray.
He said he might know my mom. He said, I probably do.
Yeah, like, word. Like, fuck out of
He
here, Ray.
said cool out. That's
Like,
from my era.
Yeah, light-skinned nigga, cool out, Ray. Like, you niggas, I know your mom. You know, old school niggas think I know your mother.
Yo.
Ah,
No, the Chavis family.
That's my block.
Okay, there you
Shout out
go.
to the- come on.
So you know
my block.
Albie then? You know Albie? Albie was a coach too. He's a
I was about to say, I don't know who that is.
yeah.
You a Chavis?
No.
Oh, shout out to the Chavis family. And they probably gonna
Probably
see
the
it.
only white dude that
you
lived
have
in Red
a
Hook.
fucking
but-
Brooklyn connection here.
Yeah,
You know what
I'm really from Brooklyn. So.
No, I get it. I get it. What would you say, Ray? What would you say? And this is a heavy one, and you could take your time with this one. What would you say in your decorated career is your biggest achievement?
Interviewing Biggie.
Ooh.
Why? Get
Yeah.
into that, bro.
First of all, he's my GOAT in terms of
Facts.
I love
That's
hip hop.
That's fine.
Facts.
He's my
Mine's
top.
too.
You
Mine's
you
too.
ask me about top 5, I'm going to Biggie first,
No.
Jay-Z second.
Mine's too.
Where's Nas at in that list?
Third.
Okay,
Nas is third.
that's fair.
Facts.
Nas is number 1 on my shit.
Yeah, you must be a conscious nigga.
Analogical.
Yeah.
Niggas
Yeah.
analogical.
Philosophical.
You sounded like M right there, you heard?
Yeah, Nas is up there for me, but
Yeah, Nas-
he didn't have the versatility on his albums like Biggie.
I say Nas not because Biggie doesn't have the ability, but because Biggie's catalog is not extensive enough. Because unfortunately, of the past,
Biggie's catalog is crazy.
no, his
bro.
catalog's fire. But Nas got what 14 albums now, and in those 14 albums, he's evolved.
He may have 14 albums, but he doesn't have as many hits as Biggie.
That's
When
arguable.
you
That's
start,
arguable.
You don't.
That's that.
when you
could be-
start
I love
measuring,
Nas. You don't.
he don't.
Big
We
is.
gotta argue that.
You can't take a Nas album and play the whole thing and everybody's gonna stand
Are
on the
you
floor.
fucking nuts?
No,
bro?
you can play the whole thing
I'm about
as a
to
listener.
say. Oh, got you.
I'm talking about in a party.
Right.
Like you can't take
Oh,
the,
yeah,
you can't take
All
you
right.
can play the Biggie album
Okay.
from the beginning to the end.
In a party.
And the reason why you can is because each flow and each element is different.
Facts.
You know, 10 crack
Crackers,
commandments. Like he
Fucking
just
you tonight.
that's why I love Biggie, because his style and cadence on each song was different.
Fire.
Some of these artists, every time you hear them, whether
Same
it's a
shit.
different song, they sound the same. Their
What's
cadence and their
was Biggie's greatest? What's his opus magnum?
His best song, you
His
saying?
best. What's his opus? What's his best joint? What's his masterpiece?
Oh, that's hard. I ain't gonna.
I got one.
I think it's that resonated with people. I think All About the Benjamins
That's
to me
it's a
is
masterpiece.
My favorite Biggie song?
I would say the one with Bone Thugs and Harmony.
What
What's
you
the
call it? This joint with Bone Thugs and
Notorious Thugs.
Notorious Thugs.
but that's a collaboration though.
But so was Benjamin's. Benjamin's up.
Yeah,
Everybody
that's true.
showed
That's
up
true.
in
That's true. That's true.
I'm gonna say damn.
10 Crack
I ain't gonna
Commandments
say
fire.
10 Crack Commandments.
Story to tell.
Story to tell is fire.
Fire.
But, more so like damn.
Monsters always gets to this like who's
Yo,
the best
bro.
MC? Biggie, Jay-Z, or Nas. We always
It
do
damn
this.
sure ain't Eminem.
We gonna do this again, bro. Yo, son, I'm gonna get like a fucking cease and desist from fucking
Eminem?
from Eminem.
Yeah.
Like y'all niggas gonna stop fucking talking about
Yo,
it.
Eminem, man. Shout out to you.
But nah,
man.
but like you interviewed Biggie. You
I
interviewed
interviewed.
Biggie.
Yes, that was a big thing for me, bro. It still stands out.
Where were y'all?
We were at a club in Manhattan. It was Ralph McDaniel's birthday party. Jay-Z was there, Little Kim was there, Puffy was there, everybody was there.
Is that the one where they performed at?
Yeah, that Biggie
When
came
Cole,
out.
Biggie, that shit?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you was in a
That's crazy. You interviewed him that night?
Yes, that night.
That's
and that
crazy.
that interview has been used in 3 documentaries and a movie.
That's a fact.
Somebody was like, yo, Ray, I just seen you in a movie. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. So it's an actual movie about who killed Tupac and Biggie. It's a movie about the police officer that's investigating. It's an actual motion picture. I'm like, somebody was like, yo, I'm telling you, Ray, you're in the movie. So I had to find it, and I found the part. They played that Biggie interview.
You
And
ain't
you
get a
don't
couple
get no
dollars?
residuals?
No, that's Ralph.
Oh.
I worked for Ralph.
Oh.
Anytime I went out and I filmed somewhere, he paid me for that.
Right.
So then whenever that footage is
That's
used,
Ralph.
he get that.
That's Ralph.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, though.
All day,
Show
that's
love.
Ralph.
No, I get that.
That's hard. That's good. But that's crazy that you did that interview. Because that's one of my favorite Biggie, like one of his, when you just see him in his element. My son, big fly niggas, we cooling and having fun,
What's one of your most, sorry to cut you off, Jay.
Yeah.
What's one of your most memorable moments in your extensive career in interviewing artists? Like, I know you just said Biggie, but like, what's it outside the camera that you did an interview? Like behind the scenes that nobody knows about and you want to share exclusively on Monsters. Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder.
Yo, I heard he could see, bro.
Yo, that's exactly.
He can see?
I'm hearing that too. But no. Who tells the story about that?
Go ahead.
I think it's Steve Harvey that tells the story about that. He was at one of the radio stations. He came into the radio station and somebody was talking to him. And then they said that somebody called for him and said that his car was ready or whatever. And the nigga just got right up and just walked out. No stick, no nothing. No, none of this shit. He just went right through. He just pushed the button on the elevator, the whole shit.
Stevie,
I was
we
like,
on
what?
to you, bro. We on to you, bro.
Yo,
Yeah,
Stevie
so
Wonder got
Stevie-
8 kids, man. He done seen some pussy and all. Like,
You got 8
Stevie-
kids?
he got a wild kids, bro.
Wow.
Stevie
Yeah,
Wonder,
to me, he's like he's
blind,
just
but he can feel some
super
pussy,
iconic dude, man. Like he's crazy big, like in the industry. He's
Of
real
course,
big.
he's
So he goes. I guess he felt that I was a little nervous. So he reaches over. He says, "Yo, don't worry about it. Relax, man. You're good."
that was peace. That was peace.
And here's another moment for me. So I'm hosting a show at King's Theater. So one of the things that Video Music Box has done for me, thanks to Ralph, is that it gave me popularity. It made me a local celebrity in the tri-state area. And so I would get hired to host big concerts in R&B and hip-hop.
Okay.
So I'm at the King's Theater. I'm hosting a show with Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight, the OJs, and somebody else. I'm the host. So, when I host, I do a little stand-up in between, when they setting up the next band. I got to keep everybody entertained.
Right.
So I'm hosting at the end of the show. So Patty comes out. She's the headliner, of course. She comes out. She thanks everybody. I had Brooklyn Mike on the show. I had booked Brooklyn Mike on that. He did some stand-up.
Shout out to Brooklyn Mike.
She thanked the OJ. She thanks Gladys Knight. She thanked the fans, Brooklyn Mike, and she forgot my name. I wasn't even thinking about it at the time, right? I don't give a fuck. That's Patti LaBelle. She can say whatever she wants. So her security comes to me at the end of the show and says, Patty wants to see you. So now I've heard about Patty with young niggas.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. So I'm like,
get some of that
And
patty
you light
pie.
skin, you about to get some of
He
that
wants some patty pie. Yeah, he wants some patty pie.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Patty pie tastes mad good,
So
too.
Patty pie tastes
I
mad
go to
good.
her
You
dressing
fucking-
room. I go to her dressing room, and she tells everybody, I need everybody to get out. I need to talk to
Oh,
Ray.
everybody got to get out.
Everybody get out. I got to talk to Ray.
Shit. It's about to go down.
Shit got right.
So, no, that's not what happened. I know what y'all niggas is thinking. That's why niggas is
Dog
going to jail
shot
right
Patty.
now. So, this is what she said. She said, listen, son. She goes, son, I needed to talk to you because I'm so sorry. I'm like, what? What do you mean? She said, I forgot your name. And I feel real bad about that.
That's honorable.
She's like, I had so much to say about you because I was also the promoter.
Oh,
So-
that's different. I thought you was just hosting.
Damn, she
Nah, but
Shitted on a nigga
But
cutting
she
the
didn't
check.
know I was the promoter. But I'm just saying, like, she was like, yeah, that's not me. I value the people that support my career, such and such, and I want to tell you that I'm sorry.
Oh, that's love.
I was like, holy shit.
Humble, honorable, noble.
Patty LaBelle is apologizing to me?
That's fire.
Because she's like, forget about it.
You know, Ray went home and was like, I made it.
No, so then I was like, so I ain't gonna get no pussy? What's really happening? What's really happening? Patty, I thought it was going down. Patty was good.
You don't be clearing out the room like this and not pass no Patty to me.
That's crazy. You
Oh,
put the patty
man.
pot chaser like, oh, patty
That's
pot
fire. That's fire.
You know what's so crazy
Yeah.
about Video Music Box, right? No funny shit, right? Because I used to be hype. When I used to come and watch that shit, and 5 minutes of funk used to come on. They used to do that shit.
Yeah, Houdini.
You know, that shit crazy, right? So now that you got this shit, now that you look hindsight back now, it's past 40 years back, right? What would have happened if you would have missed that day that what's his name said? Where would you be right now? You think
Oh, good question, King.
Where would I be?
you ain't
Man,
get
that's
that
a
call?
really good question.
He said, "Yo,
That's fire.
you called. Remember back in the day? This y'all niggas had them rotary phones. You missed that call.
You
You
walk.
Nah,
done went
bro.
outside.
I had the push button one on the
Oh,
home.
you was
He
one of them. Oh,
walked
you was living
disrespectful.
good, huh?
I had the
He
one in the
was
kitchen,
living
brother.
good.
I had
Okay.
that one.
What
He
do you
brought
say?
it back to the 50s. He said, yeah.
That makes sense. My grandmother had one of them back in the 80s. I used to hate them.
Yo,
shit.
listen, you can't.
Jay, it's called a rotary phone.
Rotary phone,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Rotary phone, right?
Yeah, but he's talking about your grandmother had a rotary phone because that was poverty, not because that was the phone that.
First of all, my grandmother wasn't in poverty. Nigga, fuck you talking about? Nigga, fuck you talking about? My grandmother- First of all, it was evil.
She had a couple dollars.
Fuck you talking? She had a few dollars. Nigga. My grandmother was
Nah,
all
but
right.
nah, that was a
But
good
what
question,
was if you don't get that call that day? Where we at right now? What would you?
I probably would have created my own show
Fire.
All right.
because, and I'm saying that because since I've been on that show,
Right.
I've taken advantage of a moment. This is one thing in entertainers, especially in radio and video hosts. You have to seize your moment when it's there. And you got to spring off of that because it's not always going to be there.
Right.
It's going to be gone. Radio people, there's a lot of people that right now, if they get off the radio, they have nothing.
Yeah.
They ain't going to get booked. Ain't nobody, their phone ain't going to ring or nothing. Because they don't seize the moment. This is why I love Funkmaster Flex. And I hosted his car show tour for like 5 years. I was the host. He created a brand with the car shows and all of that. Let me tell you something. A lot of people don't even notice. The Ford Flex.
Yeah. Is that the Flex?
Flex designed that, bro.
Get the
I was
fuck
with
outta
him.
here.
I went to him in Vegas when they
Get the
unveiled that
fuck
car.
outta here. That shit is,
People don't even know that. He gets a check every time somebody buys a car.
that shit is
What
shaped like
flex
a
was flex.
that shit is
The
shaped like a
Flex?
hearse. I
Yes.
remember them shits. They was shaped like a
Flex
hearse.
is the one who designed that car for Ford.
That's crazy.
Why Ford didn't market it with why didn't give him his credit with that? For
I'm
whatever
not
reason?
sure, but during that time, Flex had 2 different shows on TV. I don't know if you remember that. He had like car
shit was
shows.
fixing
Remember
up
the
cars.
Spike TV, right?
Yeah, right,
Yeah,
right. He was
Spike
fixing
TV.
up
He had-
cars, right.
Yeah, he had a couple of years. He did like two different types of shows. He had like maybe 4 seasons.
Which is dope. This is 4
Yeah, which
seasons
is
pretty
dope.
good. That's a
Shit.
successful show.
Yeah, but he took his radio moment, which
turned it
Flex
into
is. I
something
mean,
else.
he's still on radio, but he took that moment. He's like, yo, let me build something. He built an empire from that shit,
Yeah, because he was buzzing.
and he's still getting checks from that. He still
he's
gets
definitely
checks.
an icon.
Flex still eating.
Definitely an
Yo,
icon.
Flex, we need you on the show, baby. Come fuck with us, man.
Yeah, Flex, man, I respect that guy, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
That's
definitely.
crazy.
yeah. And he still has a brand. He's a brand. He's a brand. You got to make yourself a brand. But you gotta, when you have the opportunity, you have to seize the moment and build right there before you're not going to be seen anymore. Then it don't matter. So it's like I don't do Video Music Box all the time anymore. I do sometimes for special stuff.
Mhm.
Ralph will call me when we have the iconic shit. He's like, yo, come in, I need you to do this interview. I'll do it. But other than that, I'm not on the show all the time like I was. And then anytime I hosted something, I got paid more money.
Mm.
You know, when I first started hosting, I was getting a couple of $100. You know, now if I host a concert, I'm charging $2,500, $3,500.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, just because of being on Video Music Box, but also keeping my name out there. I developed brands. I developed Laughaholics. I developed, things where people see me now and they go, yo, that's that dude from Laughaholics.
Right.
They forgot about the whole.
It's not that they forgot about it. It's that it's not even the error. It's that I'm keeping it in everybody's face more than Video Music Box.
Right.
Speaking of Laughaholics.
Even though Video Music Box gets me indoors everywhere, bro.
Yo, it's
until this day when I pull up to nightclubs, they're like, yo, let them in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm older. But they see me, they still respect me, they still let me in places like, yo.
Because you got to realize there's kids like us who grew up on that shit.
Yeah, man.
And now we the bouncers at the door like, oh, shit, that's Ray Dejon.
Yeah, we the grown, we kind of the leading, the leading of the culture.
Age,
you know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, we definitely respect,
You touched on Laughaholics.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, so tell me that transition to having that promotional company, to be doing stand-up.
So I started Dejon Entertainment.
Yeah.
The person who got me started in entertainment, period, is a guy named Dr. Bob Lee from WBLS.
Bob Lee, shout out to Bob Lee. Too.
So,
R.I.P. Bob Lee, he died, right?
No.
He
Bob
didn't
Lee,
die?
no. Vaughn Harper died.
Bob Lee, bless your heart, you still alive, you heard?
No.
I see you with Lenny Green the other day.
Yeah.
That's my man, Lenny Green.
Yeah, Lenny Green.
Damn, I thought Bob Lee died.
This nigga just buried this.
The transition was interesting, but
Go ahead, Ray, go ahead.
So, okay, let's see. So now I'm getting popular on the show.
Yeah.
I created Dejon Entertainment. Bob Lee got me started. I experienced, I was a bass head. I was into cocaine heavy.
Okay.
Heavy. And I surrendered to that shit and I put myself in a program in Queens. While I was in that program, that drug program, I was living in the drug program. I lived there for 8 months to get myself together, to clean my act up. Bob Lee's sister worked in the program. So Bob Lee used to come with the BLS van because he was a street dude. He used to go to the schools.
Street team.
He used to go to the schools. He used to do this. He's the guy on the street.
Right.
So I started talking to him a lot. He kind of took me under his wing. He was like, yo, I was like, yo, man, I like this, entertainment thing you're doing. And he was like, yeah, come hang out with me. He used to take me in the van with him. We used to go out to shows and stuff. He used to take me to Rikers Island. He was doing shows out there.
Okay.
So I'm just hanging out with him. And so his wife had a company that did weddings called New Beginnings. And they needed another MC because Bob Lee used to do all of it. Bob was like, you want to try it out? So he taught me, gave me some pointers. So I started emceeing wedding receptions.
Oh, shit.
From there, they did a couple of fundraisers for the program I was in. We had like a fashion show fundraiser. I was like, yo, can I host it? So I was the host. I was the commentator. I was getting used to having my voice.
That's right.
And I was learning that I'm good. I articulate well. I know how to handle crowds and people.
Work the stage.
Right. Because my counselor kept telling me, yo, you should be a counselor. You really go with people. People listen. They listen to you, blah, blah, blah. There's something about you. So I started believing it. So basically, I started doing that. And then when I got out of the program, I finally land Video Music Box. I create my company. Since I was a drug addict and I was with alcoholics and drug addicts, when I started promoting, I was doing parties. I was a party promoter. I used to do big parties all the time. We used to have stuff at the Ark.
Shout out to the Ark.
Yeah, shout out to the Ark. We used to do all those parties. So then I started promoting parties, making money. So then one day this dude was like, yo, Ray, man, you want to help me promote this comedy show I'm doing? I got some Def Jam comedians. I was like, yeah, man, I love comedy. I was always a snapper. I used to always snap on people when I was younger. So I hired Talent as my first host, Talent. This was 30 years ago. And Talent was my regular host. We started doing it every Thursday room in Brooklyn. And one day he couldn't show up. He was like, yo, I can't make it, Ray. You got to host. I'm like, nigga, I don't know how to host comedy. He was like, yes, you do, bro. You have a personality. You host shows. You host concerts. You could do it. He gave me a couple of pointers. And so I started, what I was good at, I'm more of a Steve Harvey than a Bernie Mac. In other words, hosting is a better skill for me than a regular set.
Ah.
I'm good with moments, catching things in a moment, making it funny. I was good with that.
Okay.
So he was like, yo, you do video music box, do some name that tune and shit like that. Just get the crowd involved. You don't got to really do a lot of jokes.
Right.
So I started doing that. And it was working. I'm like, oh shit, people are laughing.
It's lit.
It was lit. I'm like, yo.
I could really
And I
do
said,
this
fuck
shit.
it, I don't need a host no more. I'm gonna save some money.
Save some money.
Smart.
Cost effective.
So I started
You don't
hosting all
host.
my shows. And then I said, I'm gonna create a comedy brand. Since I was a drug addict, I said, I'm gonna call it Laughaholics. So come get some of this new drug. Come get some of this new drug. It ain't gonna cost you no money. It's not gonna make you sick. Not gonna make you go to jail.
Genius branding.
Yes.
Genius branding.
It'll cost you a 2-drink minimum though. When you
To
come
come
in the
into
club
the comedy
club.
Yeah. When you come
Yeah,
Was
to
it
the spot.
difficult, since you had struggles with substances, was it difficult for you to be in that
Nah, man.
environment?
Nah, when I surrendered, bro, I was done.
Okay.
I was done.
You know they say people, places, and things that trigger the
course.
shit out of you.
Of course. That is a model for recovery. People, places, and things. That's the Narcotics Anonymous
Yeah.
philosophy.
Yeah.
Word.
That's why I asked. I'm like, damn, I must
Yeah.
have been like tough to see.
Yeah, but see,
people.
I wasn't a drinker. I was a cocaine person.
So if there was
I
coke in-
freebased.
Yeah.
So I got a joke that I say, yeah, I got clean January 4th, 1986, BC. And people like BC. I said, before crack, you ain't gonna call me no crackhead. And then I say, I was an elite basshead, which is basically the same thing.
Mm.
The only difference is that I had to cook my own freebase, which is really crack.
We eat them.
Mm.
Crack is when the drug dealer made it convenient
That's right.
for the person, and they cooked it themselves, and they extended the product. Me, I used to cook my own.
That's
I
right.
would buy it in the powder form, and then I would cook it and make the freebase.
That's that Richard Pryor shit.
Yeah, he was a chef.
So I sniffed cocaine for years. I freebase for 3 months.
That
Bro.
shit brought you down.
Not only did it bring me down, it brought me back to the streets. I started robbing. Man, I invested in a BB gun that looked like a 9mm. I drilled a hole in the front to make it look like
Make
a
it
real
look
barrel.
real, yeah.
And I started robbing cabs in Queens. I owed mad Dominicans money in Brooklyn from getting cocaine on consignment and not paying them. So I moved to Queens. I'm like, yeah, I got to get out of Brooklyn. So I moved to Queens. And then, listen to this shit. So
Yeah.
my first job out of prison, I was working at New York Hospital. I was a housekeeping.
Got you.
Bro, I started getting high. And when the shit got bad, dude, I was the smartest criminal in the hospital. So I worked in the housekeeping floor on the ER floor where these people would come in for like operations and then go home the next day. Yo, I had that shit down to a science, bro. I used to wait for them to take them out to go to get the operation. I go in their room, take all of the credit cards and everything,
Oh.
blow them shits out, bring them back before they come back.
And put him back and they
Oh
never
my
knew
God, I was
gone.
destroying the hospital.
Damn.
Bro.
He said, I fucked that shit
And
up.
by the
Fuck
time
that
they
hospital.
found out, they couldn't even. What the
They-
fuck?
By
they
the
don't
time
know-
they found
yeah.
out, they was like, they had a meeting with all the housekeeping. They was like, yo, we have a bandit on the
We have a
7th floor.
All of the
They
people got
say-
hit on the 7th
And
floor.
if nobody's gonna say who did it, if we don't catch them, everybody on the floor is gonna get fired. They
Damn.
fired the whole floor, bro, because of me.
Damn.
Yeah.
They didn't know that till today.
So then, yeah, whatever. I apologize.
That shit was 30 years ago. Y'all can't bring that shit up, man.
These niggas had unemployment. Couple
Yo.
niggas ruined their
Niggas is mad.
lives.
Like, yo, that was Ray.
That was Ray the whole time.
That was Ray that did that.
Yo, this shit was crazy, bro. And then I didn't have no job. So now I had to really go get money to get high. So I put the gun back on my waist and I started robbing, man. There was news articles that came. I think I need to shut the fuck
Yeah, I
up.
think you need to relax.
It was
I
like,
think
yo,
I asked one
yo, I was a
question.
cab
This
bandit.
nigga,
Yeah, he said-
I asked
Yo.
one question. This nigga went into
You,
robberies.
you wanted to know the transition, nigga?
Right. What's the that was
know
the
the
transition,
transition.
right? That was a part of the transition.
So basically, from being an addict to straightening myself out, I've always had a hustle mentality.
That's right.
right,
That's right.
figure it out.
And this is the reason why I developed my brands and I've worked with Ralph and over the years. And then I got tired of blowing everybody else's spot up.
Yeah.
So during the pandemic, came up with the idea. I'm like, yo, I got to get my own comedy club.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of bread, man. It's not easy. It's not easy. I didn't want no regular bullshit spot. I wanted a great
Something
spot.
nice,
Real
yeah.
nice.
And by the
So I
way,
went-
it's beautiful, by the way.
Shout out
Thank
to
you.
275
Yeah.
Park, man.
So I went online and I started doing a presentation to see if I can get investors. I lined up like 12 different investors. I did a presentation. They all jumped in. I raised $750,000 and I built my club.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Shout
Yeah.
out to you, bro.
Shout out to you. That's,
Yeah.
that's
Where
fire.
there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, man.
fire.
So I did that. I built it from scratch, and all black investors, but no street niggas though.
Beautiful. Yeah, no.
No street niggas. No.
Eric Adams.
Street niggas invest. They want their money back the next month.
Eric Adams is not involved.
But
Listen.
Eric Adams, you want to pull up to the club,
Yeah,
baby?
pull up
You're
though.
more
Pull
than
up. That
welcome.
nigga will pull up.
Yeah, he'll
too.
pull
that
up
nigga be
too.
partying on Tuesday.
Everywhere. I seen that nigga on Fulton Street over there with the Muslims. Nigga get a
Nah,
plate.
that nigga kind of ghosted me, man. I was a little disappointed
Word?
about that. Yeah. And
Talk
I helped
your
out
shit,
with his
Ray.
campaign too.
Or
Yeah, man. I had a Halloween give back party for kids. I
Okay,
just wanted
okay.
him to come. Spoke to him. I got a cell number. Spoke to him. Yo, I got you. So I'm thinking he's gonna come. You know, I had all these kids there. We did a haunted house. It was dope. Shit was crazy. I felt real good about it. And he didn't come, but my man showed up, the public advocate, Jamani Williams.
Okay.
Jamani.
He showed, yeah, Jamani. He's a cool dude. He showed up, but the mayor didn't show up. And I was disappointed because I showed up for him.
Yeah.
I showed up. Every vote counts,
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's
man.
right.
Adams.
He in the hot seat too. I think he got a fucking sexual
He
allegation
do,
too.
I think.
Damn.
Yeah, no, he's.
Bless your heart, Eric.
I don't wish nothing bad on,
Of course
on the
not.
mayor.
Of course not.
I
We
really,
fucking around.
I hope he gets past whatever these allegations are. He still got some work to do in the city. But you got to get rid of some of these immigrants, though, bro, for real. Nah, they're overtaking the city, bro. That's the only thing that that's the only thing that I side with Trump on. I got to keep it real.
Hilarious. These ain't you gotta get rid of
That's
these
the
niggas,
only.
bro.
That's the only premise that I side with
Got you.
Donald Trump. on.
Got you.
Close
Yeah,
the
'cause
border, bro. Come on.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's taking some of my people's food stamps. Come on, bro. What the fuck is going on?
I can't get a meal edgewise, man. I'm trying to slide up with him.
Oh man. Yo, as far as the comedy's concerned, I see your set all the time. We've worked together. I've even produced in your club. Again, shout out to 275. How long do you think it took you before they were able to stamp you as the stand-up comic that you are today?
Well, that was basically my choice.
Yeah.
People kept telling me to do it. Said, yo, Ray, you got to go and do a standalone set. So the beauty of hosting, when you have your own shit,
Yeah.
you create material as you host.
Mm-hmm.
And then you stack it all together and you line it up and you create a set. Then you got to go out there and just work it out. And so talent to me is my mentor in comedy.
Talent's a beast, bro.
I admire and respect that guy. I think
That's right.
I think he's great. I think he's a great
amazing.
stand-up comedian.
Shout out to Talent.
And if a guy like Talent had the movie credits, like some of these other comedians, the A-listers, Talent would be a beast out there, bro. He would give a lot of them problems, all the DLs and the Bill Bellamy's, and they're all great. Don't get me
I'm
wrong.
not gonna dispute
right.
that.
They're all
I've
great.
seen Talent
But-
work.
but
He's a
Talent-
monster. He's a monster.
Talent's a problem.
That's
Yeah.
Butter from Sunset Park.
Nah, yeah. He's a
Come on, man.
fucking problem.
Come on, man. That's Butter
Yeah.
from Sunset Park, man.
I like
He's my guy.
I like you see what I really respect about Ray is that Ray pays homage and homage.
Show love.
You show love to Talent, but then every time we mention the name Ralph, he's like, yo, I can't say nothing without showing him some
There's
love.
always the respect.
I have to.
How important? And I know comics also.
If I was to get $1 million deal right now, just because I would give Ralph a percentage.
Ooh,
Nah,
Just
that's
because.
love.
that's deep.
Nah, that's love. Just because I respect that though.
This position would not exist if I didn't go through that. I'm telling you.
Right.
I'm telling you, man. He's opened so many doors for me. It's bananas, bro. It's bananas, man. It's just, it really, really is.
Let me ask you this: Who's some of your favorite comics coming up over the years? that
My
you've seen
favorites,
that we may not know. How about that? Is that a little deeper? Or you can shout out to people that you just like, yo, these the comics that I fucking watch and I like. I appreciate they shit.
Freddie Ricks.
All right.
Mike Yard.
All right, shout out to Mike Yard.
Mike B, also known as Mike Britt. You guys
Okay.
may not know him.
I know Mike Britt.
Okay. Yeah, Mike Britt. Talent, of course. Capone, Rob Stapleton. Brooklyn Mike.
Okay.
Brooklyn Mike is a total beast in his own lane, bro.
Yeah.
This guy has
seen
so
Brooklyn
much
Mike work,
material,
yeah.
it's not even funny, man.
Yeah, I seen him work. He's an animal.
Yeah, no, he's an animal, man. He's always see a lot of like vets will come to my room and say, "Yo, I want to work out," but then you do the same shit. That's not working out. You got to do new shit.
I don't. You think it's because they lack the courage of bombing? You know what I'm saying? Because bombing it's possible. So they don't try nothing new because
How you
they're
bombing
afraid.
at an open mic though?
No, is it? No, he's saying shows. He's like, yo,
No, he's saying they came to work out.
Yeah,
Am I
work
right or
out.
wrong?
Work out.
Oh, the show. All
the
right.
show.
But they doing the same shit over and over.
I don't respect that. I don't respect that with somebody in the game more than 15, 20 years. I don't respect that. I don't. I really don't respect that. And I don't book them. I don't book them.
Yeah,
So the comedians that be using
I
the
could
same
book
shit,
Mike 4 weeks in a row with the same crowd. And I don't have to worry about them saying, yo,
we heard
niggas
that.
saying the same shit. Yeah. When you got people in the back quoting your jokes when you're saying it, that's not good, man. It's not good. So and it's unfortunate that you have a slew of comedians that are locked or they're stagnated in the game and they can't figure out how to get out of it. They can't figure out how to move. They can't.
What you attribute that to? Like I was asking, is it a lack of courage to try something?
Yes,
new?
lack of courage. They not putting no work in, bro. They not writing. They not sitting back trying shit. They not in the mirror doing jokes. Like you gotta do jokes to yourself in the mirror. You have to go to and that's the one thing about comedy. So there's comedy rooms, there's comedy clubs, and there's theaters.
That's right.
There's different elements.
Levels.
There's mainstream, there's urban, and there's urban mainstream. I don't know if you know what urban mainstream means.
Give us the game.
Urban mainstream is urban mainstream are African American and Latino comedians that are doing global material. They're like the geeky type ones. Like, let me see if I can.
Give me
Vieira?
John Laster.
Mark Vieira?
Mark Vieira is no. Mark Vieira is not mainstream.
Nah?
He's Latino urban, bro.
Latino urban?
Yeah. He's Latino urban. The comedians.
Darnell Rollins?
Darnell Rollins, yes. Darnell,
mainstream.
he can do both.
Yeah, he's urban mainstream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him in Comedy in Harlem a couple times.
Marshall Brandon.
Okay.
Marshall Brandon can do both.
I know Marshall Brandon.
There's a lot of urban comedians, you put them in a mainstream room, they can't do it, bro. They can't. Because their material's too regional and sectional.
Right.
Y'all know what I mean by that?
It's stuck in that one place of what they know.
It's focused on one demographic.
If I go to a mainstream club and it's tourists in there, I'm not doing anything regional at all.
Because they don't know what you're talking about.
They don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
I got to do things that they know. They know about taking a shit. They know about kids.
Right.
They know about bills. I mean,
yeah.
It's just you got to do stuff that's universal.
Right.
And so comedians, they don't write like that. They don't take a risk, man. And I mean, granted, stand-up comedy is scary as the fuck. It's not easy at all.
No.
Yeah, nah.
Not at all.
We agree.
Not for the weak heart.
Nah. You got to be built a little different to do.
You got to be built a little different. But you got to take risks. You got to take a chance.
Yeah.
Man. You got to put it out there.
Yeah.
You got to put it out there.
Can't
You're never going to know.
You can't be afraid to fail.
And even if it doesn't work, maybe it's the way you delivered it. Maybe you got to say it a different way or whatever.
Or add an act out.
You
know what I'm saying? I definitely see that.
Do you think you're going to be doing comedy till you older? And
Dude, I'm going to be doing this until the wheels fall off, bro.
I like that.
This is
you got a ramp
my
on your
natural
on your
drug.
You got a ramp on 275 so we can wheel you up
Yeah,
there.
bro. Damon Rosier was in a wheelchair doing his comedy
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah, it's true.
funny
Because
as shit.
you got Keith Robinson. He about to drop a special on Netflix, and he caught a stroke, and he's doing it with a fucked up arm and with a slurred speech, and he's still at the Comedy Cellar.
Keith Robinson.
Keith Robinson
that brought out Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
With the glass. He had
Yep.
a stroke. God bless.
He had a stroke. Yeah. And he's
bless
about to drop a special on Netflix. So like,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? There's no expiration date on humor.
That's the beauty about comedy.
No, there's
We
none.
ain't rappers, man.
I think Cosby coming out with a special.
What? My son Cosby, yo, BC
What is it called? Jello shot?
Freaky Jello shot.
Yo.
No, it's called Take the Pudding. Let me get some of that pudding.
Oh man,
yeah.
fucking shit is crazy, man. Shit is crazy.
I love this comedy shit though, man. And listen, 275 Park once again, man. We going back to 275 Park. I want to say this on, just in front of the monsters, in front of most people. Yo, when I first went to 275 Park, right? You know the first thing I said to myself? I need some of this shit. I got to get on stage here.
Mm-hmm.
And that, as a comedian, when you come to these places like that, those is one of those places when you walk in as a comedian, you say to yourself, I got to get on this fucking stage.
Yeah, because that stage, you know what it is? It feels almost, it's like one seat away from a theater.
And that shit is warm.
It's like, it looks, it's a good, by the way, y'all, if y'all haven't been to 275 in Park, to all our Monsters viewers, make sure you buy a ticket. Go online. What's the website, Ray?
The website is 275parkbk.com.
Yeah, please.
Please buy some tickets. Take your girl. Take your side chick. Take your moms.
Hit
take
the website.
Take anybody you can. Buy as many tickets as you can. It's a hell of an experience with elite comics that you can definitely laugh for hours with.
And if any of you guys are fans of the Martin Lawrence Show, one of the greatest sitcoms ever made.
Ever.
There's a character on the show. His name is Coley Cole.
Cole Brown.
And his government name is Carl Payne.
Yeah.
He'll be headlining at my comedy club December 16th.
And he bringing Big Shirley with him too, I heard.
Yeah, he bringing Big Shirley, yeah.
And we dropping this episode way before then, so that's definitely. Copy your tickets and stop playing.
Or
yeah, man. You said you had so many investors that jumped in into that investment of owning a comedy club. What's the pressures of owning the comedy club now? Like what is that like?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a huge responsibility because we're it's expensive to run. So you gotta keep up with them bills. And investors, they get their little percentages every quarter. So, we pay them out every quarter. But it's up to me. It's a lot of pressure to keep that thing going, to keep asses in seats, basically.
Yeah.
It's not like I was doing comedy rooms, which, ladies and gentlemen, the comedy room started when Def Jam came out years ago. It was the show was so good, they had to find places to be able to see these comedians that we were seeing on Def Comedy Jam because they weren't superstars yet. So people like myself and promoters and comedy lovers, they would find either a bar, a restaurant, or some sort of space where they can convert it into a comedy room once a week. So that's what we call comedy rooms in New York City. And 30 years ago, I started my first comedy room. And I'll tell you some of the first people to come to my room. Kevin Hart, Mike Epps, J.B. Smoove, Cheryl Underwood, D. Ray Davis used to come from Chicago. A lot of the superstar comedians you see now have been through my comedy room. So those rooms are where comedians go to learn their craft.
That's right.
To practice. We call it working out.
Working out.
They write their jokes and they go and they try them out on the stage. I'm big for giving comedians opportunity to get their workout on to develop themselves. So I am not the answer to Kevin Hart or Mike Epps. I am a contributor.
Now, fuck that, Ray. I need a shout out. I need you to shout out Ray more often, Kevin Hart. Stop fucking playing with us.
I used to pay Kevin Hart $25. Now he's getting $25 million.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's
beautiful though, because I think we all look at Kevin as like definitely the echelon.
Michael Blackson too. So Michael Blackson and T.K. Kirkland are two comedians that have a unique presence in comedy. They were different coming up. They were like A-listers when we first started doing comedy rooms because T.K. Kirkland, he was on tour with NWA. He was in a lot of videos. He had a presence, and his comedy delivery is very unique, and it was different than anybody else. Michael Blackson had that one part in Friday.
Blew him up.
Which blew him up. So he was like a celebrity because they saw him in that movie. And so even way back then, we was paying him $400 or $500 a show.
Oh, word?
Which now I just had him a couple of months ago, $20,000 in my comedy club. He did 4 shows that sold out. But he can get that now because his popularity. He puts the asses in the seats. He really does.
That's fire, bro.
Shout out to that mother sucker.
20K crazy.
20
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
20
A
bands.
little crazy.
Yeah, but I make 20 off of that.
Oh, that's nice.
Or more with the food and drinks. But,
And the wings is all right, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. The wings is all right at the Park. I ain't gonna lie to you. Wings is all right. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Listen, you got the Huge Jay stamp. You heard, Ray? The
Hey, listen
wings
to
is
me.
high.
I say the wings is fire. They fire. Please, yeah.
Listen, all you got to do is say it, Huge Jay. I'm convinced. There's no persuading, bro.
We got good wings over there, man. It's a fact. And we talking about earlier. He said, we talking about who's the best hype man. We this is the conversation we was having earlier.
In hip hop.
In hip hop.
Talk about it, because you guys had a little debate.
I said Flavor Flav, man. He said
Star.
Spliff. Shout out to Spliff, though.
Spliff Star.
Spliff.
Hands down, Spliff Star is the best hype man in the game.
But Flavor Flav started it, though. You don't think Flav was the start of all that?
But that don't make him the best.
True.
That don't make him the best. Richard Pryor started, but he's not the best.
Oh, you saying Richard Pryor started what?
Started the urban stand-up shit.
The urban.
You don't think, but a lot of them, a lot of motherfuckers steal from Richard, though.
Yeah.
A lot of motherfuckers steal from Richard.
I think he transcended.
But not Dave Chappelle.
Ooh.
Dave Chappelle don't steal from nobody. Dave Chappelle is his own
Dave
writer.
is definitely in his own.
He got another special coming out.
Yeah, I know. He's working the
Dave
city.
a bad motherfucker.
And he's fucking selling tickets in little rooms for like $400 or $500, bro.
I want him to do my shit. God damn it.
Yo, Dave,
Donnell
man,
Rollins came by.
Yeah. Donnell. So I was chilling in Donnell in Hollywood.
Dave Chappelle gave me some
was
credit.
That flex? Was that a flex?
Matter of
Was
fact,
it?
Nigga flex. You see?
I think I flexed right now. Yeah, that's my first flex.
Motherfucker say, yeah, we was chilling in L.A. with Donnell Rollins.
Yo, honestly, what I'm trying to say is I was in a spot where Donnell had no business being. It was a hood room. We had just finished Spin the Block in Hollywood with Fen. Shout out to Fen. Just finished doing Spin the Block. Donnell was in the building, was watching the show. We said, yo, we going to the after party. And it was in a we had some people in that later. Yo, come this way. And it was a hood spot. And I'm drinking and chilling. And then I look and Donnell's right here. I'm like, what the fuck you doing? He's like, nigga, I'm everywhere.
Exactly,
I was like, yo, that's fire.
Solid, yeah.
That's solid. That's
he stopped by my club already. He
That's
did
dope.
like 20
That's
minutes
dope.
on stage.
Let's try to talk to him and get Dave there.
I'm trying. I'm working on it, man.
We get Dave Chappelle.
Shout out to Dave Chappelle. He gave me a shout out during one of his specials.
Oh, that's
beautiful.
fire.
So, yeah, because he's a hip hop fanatic. Dave Chappelle loves hip hop.
He is.
So, what happened was during the pandemic, I created this thing called drive-in comedy. So I was doing drive-in comedy shows at Lindenwood Diner in the parking lot.
Damn, I didn't know that neither.
Yeah, man.
I didn't know that neither.
Yeah, man.
This is where niggas honk instead of laugh?
Yes.
Oh,
I used to say, get the next comedian a round of horns. And people start beeping their horns when the comedian comes out.
Oh, shit, I didn't know
crazy.
that.
So now, if you're not funny, they don't beep.
Oh.
So I'm telling the comics, yo, you don't get no beeps, bro. You gotta get ready to end your set.
Crazy.
Yes, it's crazy.
Because that's different to get used to. You used to laughter, and then say you have to get used to honks.
So hold on, they got their back to the door of Lindenwood Diner, and it's...
No. So the parking lot of Lindenwood Diner, when you pull in, I had a stage by the gate.
Oh.
I had a stage, I had speakers, I had spotlights. This shit was crazy. We used to have bike clubs come. It'd be like 100 bikes. It was crazy, man. People used to bring their
That's
convertibles.
fire. That's
I put all
fire.
the convertibles in the front. We had people had pickup trucks. They would back them in and put like the lawn chairs in the pickup trucks. They had the hookah popping. It was crazy.
That's creative hustling, bro. That's creative
Crazy.
hustling.
You
It
ain't
was-
taped none of that? Did you?
Yeah, I got a little bit of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got it. We got it.
Come on,
We got
man.
it.
We gonna put the footage
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
man.
Send me some of that. Listen, I gotta close it out. I hate to close it out. I really hate to close it out because Ray was giving us not only business gems, he was giving us historical stories that we was
Good
like.
story. Shout out
Yo.
to B.I.G., man.
Shout out to B.I.G.
I met
shout
Big
out,
in Miami, too, when I was 10.
Yo, shout out to Ralph McDaniels.
Shout out to Uncle
Shout
Ralph.
out to Bobby Lee, right? Bobby?
Dr. Bob Lee, yeah.
Dr. Bob
Dr.
Lee.
Bob Lee, who's still alive, and Huge Jay tried to kill him.
Wasn't like that, Dr. Bob. Come on, man. It's love. I'm a BLS baby, man. Stop that, man.
Ray, I just want to thank you. I want to thank you
doubt.
for,
For real.
giving us your time and blessing us with your presence and
That's
showing
a
up to
fact.
the monsters. You are definitely a monster in the game. Thank you, brother. We
I
appreciate
appreciate
Well, I
it.
thank you, too, man.
I definitely appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me. Guys, go to my website, 275parkbk.com. I'm an old nigga with Instagram. So you can follow me at Ray Dejon, RayDejon. My Instagram page for the club is 275 Park BK. Carl Payne, December 16th. I got the New York Kings of Comedy the whole
In the-
New Year's weekend.
Right.
7 shows. Capone, Rob Stapleton, Mark Vieira, and Talent.
They all monsters.
Fact.
Yes, the New York Kings at 275 Park,
I'm
Laughaholics
coming to one of
Comedy
those
Club.
dates, man. I'm gonna be
I'm in
there.
there.
Yes,
I'm in
sir.
there like
I'm coming in
Superman.
one of those nights. That's a
I'm
fact.
in there. Yo, take us out briefly, King.
Listen, man, we here with Ray Dejon, man. Come on, man. Red Hook legend, you know what I'm saying? With Huge Jay, another Red Hook legend, you know what I'm saying? So, we're gonna keep it out like this. You see me outside with Ray Dejon, we at 274 Park eating chicken wings, watching good comedians.
That's right.
You know what we doing, man. Don't bring your girl and your moms around us. We might take her by accident.
You see the wings and Huge J, you know it's official.
You know that. The barbecue ones, too. Not the barbecue joints, not the buffalo. I fuck with the barbecue.
I still feel Split Star is the best.
Shout out to
It's the
Split,
best
man.
hype man.
Shout out to
Shout out to
Split.
Split, man. We love you, Split. We need you on the show, too, baby. Come
Yeah,
on,
we
man.
gotta
My
get
guy,
him in.
man.
We gotta get him in.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But we here at MONSTERZ, Ray Dejon, PJ Bryan. We out, man.
Yo,
Love is love.
peace.
Yeah.